Welcome to the DSQ podcast with Blake Lawson and Dakota Reynolds.
Can Zach Brown just go away?
Please.
I'm so tired of dealing with him. God,
Well,
if only.
luckily, this is the last race of the season, so we don't really have to see him until, I don't know, March, really? Maybe February.
Pretty much. I was like, definitely probably pop in during February during testing, but, I mean, he'll definitely have to be there because that's where they're, like, super secret bases, basically, right? Like, they have, isn't Bahrain the one where they have,
Yeah, yep.
Headquarters or whatever.
Yep. Abu sucks.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. The only thing that made this race important was, the championship.
Yeah.
So that being said, I think we're gonna just get through this episode. This is the Abu Dhabi episode.
Yeah.
We will have probably at least 2 more episodes, which is the wrap, which we'll talk a lot more in depth about the season in whole. Not be talking about this episode, and then our blind predictions recap.
Yay!
We've been calculating some scores today, maybe not as yay.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of zeros involved.
Yes. But yeah, let's get into it, shall we? Abu Dhabi, race 24-24, 3-way battle for the championship. Kind of it. That being said, everybody brought new stuff, right?
Well, Abu Dhabi definitely brought new stuff. There was a lot going on with the track. They did some resurfacing between turns 1 and 4, ground down some curbs at turn... Jeez, I wrote small there. The ground down a curb at turn 4 apex and the apex curb at turn 6. They put a new patch of asphalt. There were a lot of popping P's there. New patch of asphalt to remove a bump on the exit of turn 6 on the right-hand side. They extended the debris fence at the exit of turn 1 on the left-hand side and turn 3 on the left-hand side. They installed a new one at turn 16 on the left-hand side. They extended the guardrail after turn 5 on the left-hand side. They extended the Tech Pro at the exit of turn 3 on the left-hand side. A lot of left-hand side here. The Sport Series pit entry Tech Pro was adjusted. They repositioned the bollard at turn 6, and they widened the white line and repositioned the blue line at exit of turn 1 and turn 7. As for upgrades, we have no upgrades. It's Abu Dhabi. If you thought that there were going to be upgrades in this race, you haven't been paying attention.
Especially in the last year of a formula.
Yeah, exactly. This is the last year of this current regulation series. No one's bringing upgrades. No one cares enough.
Nobody brought anything. They barely brought the cars.
Yeah. So some people barely brought their cars along. I'm sure Sauber scraped together whatever survival cells they had left and threw them together. So yeah, no new upgrades. Franco did take a new exhaust.
Oh.
And that was it.
Cool. I will say, I guess I did kind of go over, I was like, pre-race news. Obviously, me, the Yuki fan.
Yeah.
I'll save it for the end of... I'll save the rant for the end of the season episode, so... But yes. Not ignoring it because of the pain, just ignoring it because... We'll save it for later. Really just talking about the race here.
Yeah.
I was like, McLaren did have a livery. I was like, I kind of forgot to note about it. It's just had a little bit.
Notice.
Yeah, there's just on one of the sponsors had a couple extra little line things on it. Ooh. Again, nobody gives a shit.
No.
Like a lot of the drivers, because this was our last FP1 session of the year, so everybody who owed your FP1 juniors did their thing. Hey, we're dumb.
we're really dumb.
So we were going on and on. It's like, okay, but these rookies haven't, like, Kimmy and Gabby and Isaac, they haven't done anything yet. Totally didn't even think about it that, like, oh, yeah, they matched the criteria for the first 2 races of the year. So technically, they took their own spot, that car's own spot for China and Australia. So they were done immediately.
Yeah.
So... That being said, I feel like I had to dig to find that. I found it like one paragraph in the race that actually said, oh, hey, this is why this worked. Of course, But yeah, which is funny because technically Jack didn't count in
Yeah, because
China.
he had already...
He did Abu. And Jax won for Australia, actually. I mean, it counted, but Alpine still ran full 4 anyway.
Okay,
so
sure thing.
Jack just didn't exist for these guys.
Really
Even his
didn't.
one session is now wiped from the history books. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, your FP1 rookies. In for Oscar is Pato O'Ward, new Red Bull, or I guess V-Carb driver for next season. Arvid Lindbad is in for Yuki. Junior Leclerc, also known as, actually pretty sure his older brother, Arthur Leclerc, Lel, is in for Lewis at Ferrari. Luke Browning takes over for, Alex Albon. Awasa's back in for Liam Lawson at V-Carb. Cian Shields, I was going to look up if that is where I pronounce it. Cian, Cian.
That's how I would pronounce
Cian
it if I
Shields.
didn't know any better.
Never heard of him before. He's in for Fernando. Of note, his abbreviation, SHI. Jack Crawford's in for Lance. So Aston Martin is running too, both their drivers. And then our regulars here, Ryo Hirakawa in for Esteban, and Paul Aaron in for Pierre. Nobody did anything too bad there. I always like to find if there's any cool things. The only two that could exist were Bro Lel. I was like, yeah, funny, I guess. And then we have Crab, because we gotta have Crawford and Browning, so Crab or Crab Bro. Fortunately, we didn't have Yuki. If we had Yuki and he was behind Cian Shields, we'd have Shih Tzu, which would have been great.
Of note, Shields, a Formula 2 driver for AIX Racing, dual citizenship, British and Irish. He's from Glasgow, Scotland.
Oh, so I could be mispronouncing it very badly.
Yes.
So, Mr. Shields.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
But yeah, and then so just some quick little recaps. Of course, again, we were dumb on those, but your leaders for your FP1 juniors in quote here, Awasa and Lindblad both taking part in 3 each, and then tied for the most is actually Hirakawa and Paul Aaron, because they both kind of split between 2 teams. Both doing 5 sessions this season. Paul Aaron doing 3 for Alpine and 2 for Stake for Nico. Hirakawa, doing 1 for Alpine and 4 for the Haas team. So, yeah, definitely are. I was like, oh, Hirakawa's going to have so many, and then I was like, oh wait, Paul Aaron also has just as many. But yeah, and then Awasa and Lindbad. So of course, because they both did ones both at RB and VCarb, because we're just gonna blur that line in between even more now.
Yup. Oh yeah, no, they're totally 2 separate independent teams. Sure, bud.
Yeah, which is why we promote and demote and keep switching and dropping Yuki, and we're saving it. Why does Liam still have a C? Anyway, on your FP1, again, only thing, I guess, I said nobody did anything. Luke Browning almost has a little bit of a spin. Leclerc does, to which his brother ridicules him on the radio. You gotta love it. That's real. That's real sibling power right there. Little funny note with George's engineer going, I believe you have, I can't remember now which way it was, but he's like, I think you got Award behind you. It's like, that's actually Owasa instead of it's Iwasa. So George, a little cheeky on the radio. All he has a hydraulic leak, but it really didn't affect his running that much.
Chip, chip.
Moving on to your other practice sessions. Noted for impeding, Max Verstappen and Lando Norris.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. Basically, GP's call, he's like, Lando is not starting a lap behind you. Lando was indeed starting a lap behind him, so I don't think anything came from that. And then I put this just as a note in case things in the Grand Prix went squirrely for some reason. Oscar says, hey, this engine sounds, something feels wrong. And the engineer goes, don't worry, just testing some new engine stuff in the background. Don't worry about it. I was like, you motherfuckers.
That's the C4 that we planted in your engine.
Don't worry, Yuki has some too. What? And in your free practice 3 session, Lewis continuing what is just I bet Lewis is so happy right now because he is flying away from Mercedes or from Ferrari. Maybe back to Mercedes, please.
God, I wish.
Toto, I'm sorry. But yeah, he has a little crash into turn 7. I believe it's actually turn 6. And then Kimi does get sent into the side of Yuki, which of note did make him have to run the old floor. So old floor. Probably obviously you want to run your new one. It should be better in theory. It was, I believe. But also all the data he had from the first 2 sessions was now worthless. So yeah, that's that. I said, it's Abu. I was like, when you half your grid's rookies or FP1 juniors, I feel like we need a better term. Some rookies,
I think they use juniors.
Yeah.
Pretty much exclusively, because I was like, rookies is, hey, you're actually in the sport. It's your first year.
Yeah.
Juniors is, hey, you're not necessarily in this sport. You're being promoted up to test for now.
But then you have people. But it's like you have people like Felipe, who's like he's been a junior for 3 years doing these sessions.
I mean, yeah, it is what he is.
I guess. All right. Same thing. On qualifying, I don't really have any notes other than your qualifying order. Like it's kind of just straightforward. It's Abu, guys. If it was, if the title was decided, no, this would be just a wash.
Yeah,
like
this
it's
would be
literally.
This would probably be a race where I wouldn't even wake up for. I would just watch the 30 and 30 or whatever.
I don't know, 30 and 30. Like you could probably just do the shortened like YouTube,
like the YouTube, the
10-minute
long, yeah. Like, hey, this is what happened.
Yeah. Your qualifying order, we'll just go 20-1. Obviously, you know how the quali works. Colapinto, Gasly. That's Alpine this year, man. Just that's it. Nico, actually kind of surprising early out. Alex kind of surprising early out. And what should be surprising early out, but has kind of just unfortunately been the form for Lewis here. P16 Lewis Hamilton. P15 Lance Stroll. Kimi Antonelli ahead of him. Lawson ahead of him. Sainz, this one getting his form recently too. Also kind of surprising. P12. And rounding out Ollie Behrman with P11. Little bit of contention there. I was like, maybe Yuki went over track limits. It was a makeup call. Aha, we figured it out. It's foreshadowing to the race. Wes McCauley in the booth today. Actually, nope, just kidding. It was the entire 2021 crew, besides one person.
Yeah, besides Michael Massey.
Anyway, top 10. Yuki Tsunoda really only taking place to help Max in Q3. That's all he was doing. And he did it, kind of, mostly.
Yeah.
He did okay. Isak Hadjar ahead of him. Esteban Ocon P8. Gabby B P7. Fernando Alonso P6. Leclerc P5. George Russell P4. And then your championship, your top 3 in the championship, also the top 3 with Oscar Piastri in P3, Lando in P2, and Max Verstappen with another pole position. His 10th? I believe that was the math we did earlier.
I think that's right. Where did I write that down at?
You're like, I don't need my notebook for this, and now I'm making you look up something that's in that notebook.
Oh.
I believe it was.
I think it's in the, I think I wrote it in this section, like at the actual, yeah, here we go. Yes, that was his 10th.
And making him the most. He has sat on the pole the most this season.
Yes. 10 for Max, 6 for Piastri, 5 for Lando, 2 for George, and 1 for Charles Leclerc.
So, yeah. The inevitable, the ha-ha-ha, you thought it'd be funny. Max
thought it'd be different.
or, yeah, whatever. All right. Now, let's get to the race. There were park permit changes, though.
Ah, yes. There were a few park permit changes. A lot of brake stuff. Again, the sand fucking wrecks the brakes. Like, they get so hot, and it just basically glasses the brakes.
Yeah.
So a lot of brake stuff. And then Stroll took the new headrest. So obviously this is
Lance Stroll P1.
Win.
Let's go. Woo! I was like, foreshadowing. We, not for us, but our parasocial friends at Multiviewer who don't know we exist, but we love them, did release their end of season survey about the service and then some other just kind of fun stuff. And it did have us do some predictions for 2026. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Lance, there's your spoilers. That's going to be a Chekhov's gun we're going to put back in the safe for next year.
Yeah. Fully loaded.
Don't put loaded guns into the safe. Don't keep the weapon loaded if you don't need to. That's a safety tip. That's not only a safety tip, common sense
Store
and
your
standard operating
ammo
procedure.
and your firearms separate.
Yes.
Your American friends at the DSQ pod.
Yes. Yeah. Let's get into the final race, the 2025 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Lap 1. Lando's not P1, so he doesn't lose it. That's it.
It was some battling.
There was some battling. I only have the pass, so if you have the other battles, please.
The main battles that I have is just the Piastri overtaking Norris.
Yep.
And then Alonso and I wrote down Hamilton originally, but no, it was Alonso and Leclerc battling it out.
Yeah, that's the only thing about halfway, the second half of it, basically. Oscar Piastri, the pass on Lando Norris. Just bold move, I say. It was pretty clean. There's plenty of space. Like, it wasn't risky. It was just, I'm passing you.
Yeah. I'm passing you, get with the program. Yeah.
And then the stewards decided, yeah, we're bored, so we're just going to do a whole bunch of shit.
Oh, my word. I went into this thinking this was going to be one of those where it was just like, a little bit at the start while everything settles out, and then there's nothing until the end again. No, in fact, most of my columns or most of my rows have something in it. I think the end of the race is the most boring part of it, but there's a whole lot in the beginning and a whole lot in the middle.
I was like, if you want to take those because you have them in better numerical order than I do.
Holy moly. Okay,
please do.
So, lap 2, I have Colapinto noted for a starting procedure infringement. Never got discussed on the broadcast didn't pop up as far as I could tell, but I may have missed that since I was looking on the multi-viewer stream that we had. That ended up being determined as no further investigation. Cool, great, wonderful. Lap 3, Hamilton and Albon noted, leaving the track gaining an advantage. That one was also determined to no further investigation. Antonelli and Stroll noted on lap 5 for leaving the track and gaining an advantage. Also no further investigation. Lap 6, Gasly and what did I write there? Hulkenberg. That is an awful looking H. It looks like AUL. And I'm like, who is that? Gasly and Hulkenberg noted for causing a collision. Under investigation, no further action. Cool, great. So what happened then? We never saw that. That never popped up on broadcast.
Secrets.
Let's see. Lap 7, Behrman and Lawson were noted. It didn't say for what. And then later on lap 11, it was updated for driving erratically and popped under investigation. And then that was determined that Lawson gets a 5-second penalty for driving erratically. I didn't look at the thing for that, the document for it, but if you want to pull that up in the meantime. The next note that I had of substance was on lap 12. I just wrote, as it stands, Norris wins. I did periodic updates on that just in case it changed at any point in the race. Spoiler alert, it didn't. If you know this sport, you know what happened. Anyways.
On Liam's penalty, the shortest reasoning, it's not even a paragraph. It's 4 sentences. Stewards reviewed video and in-car video evidence. Car 30 made several erratic moves between 8 and 9, and car 87 was approaching as car. That's it.
That's it. Okay,
that is literally
several
it. And then after that
movements.
Is competitors are reminded they can appeal. Yeah.
And the decision is independent and is the steward's responsibility or whatever. Cool. Okay. Well, he was issued that 5-second penalty on 14. He did end up serving that. I don't have when, but he did serve it. Lap 16, Leclerc and Russell are noted for one moving under braking because George complained like he does. George. Let's see. Where is that one? Did I put that one on? Yes. I have so that happened on lap 16. It did not get determined until lap 32, and there's a reason for that. So fast forward there, no further investigation. Lap 17, Norris boxes, comes out P8 behind Antonelli. He clears Antonelli and signs, and then he soon afterwards overtakes Stroll and Lawson in one go. Ouch.
Yep.
And then Ocon boxes as well, so that gives him another position. So that puts him up into P3 again. We have on lap 20, Lawson and Stroll noted.
Stroll.
I put... Does it have an update? I don't think it has an update, but it was determined no further investigation. Lap 23, Norris... Oh, okay. So that put him in P4, and then Norris overtook Yuki for P3 because Yuki said that he knew what he was doing, just let him handle it.
And he tried.
He tried. There wasn't much he could do. You were in a second seat Red Bull with a fucking old floor, and you were up against
and no future.
one of the up against one of the contenders for the World Championship. The smartest thing you could do is try to give him the best you can and hope that you don't hit him. The most team player move that you could do is crash into him and hope both of you lose this race. And he chose the smart option. So overtakes Yuki for P3, continues on. Next lap, Max boxes. Piastri then goes into the lead. Lap 25, Lawson gets the black and white flag for track limits. And then Norris and Tsunoda are noted for a couple of things. So this was the
first,
incident.
yeah.
Yeah, this is the incident.
Nothing, just an incident.
Just an incident. So the two noteds are forcing another driver off track for Tsunoda, and then leaving track and gaining an advantage for Norris. So basically, they need to determine if Yuki forced him off track, and if he did not, then he left the track and gained an advantage. They sat on that for a while. That was noted on lap 25. Oh, 24?
24, yes.
Okay, so that was noted on lap 24. We did not get a decision until lap 30.
Yeah. And so it was only the forcing a driver off track noted first. A couple laps later, then they did the inverse of leaving the track.
Okay. So keep in mind, that's the two things that are being investigated. Forcing another driver off track and leaving track and gaining an advantage. Lap 30, it is determined that Yuki Tsunoda to get a 5-second penalty for excessive weaving.
Yeah.
Not for forcing another driver off track.
Which would imply he did not force another driver off the track.
Which would imply that. However, Norris's investigation of leaving track and gaining an advantage, no further investigation. I read through the document for that one earlier, and it reads, a whole bunch of stuff about, oh yeah, this is what happened, this is what the term. At some point it goes, effectively, he was pushed off track. He was either pushed off track or he was not pushed off track. Like, yes, there's a little bit of Lando hate on the show, but you have to be fucking precise with your fucking rulings. You can't go, well, I mean, he sorta got pushed off. He either got pushed off track or he didn't.
And since you didn't give him a penalty for being forced, since you didn't give Yuki a penalty for forcing him off the track,
then he wasn't forced off track, and so he overtook off the track. Abu Dhabi stewards and fucking up rulings. Name a better fucking duo.
I did post on my socials of the Lewis whole thing's manipulated, man. Said just hashtag Abu Dhabi once again.
So, after that is finally determined, then comes a whole list of black and white flags for Antonelli, Hamilton, Gasly, and Hülkenberg, all for track limits. And then comes the no further investigation for, I have all these numbered. So that's event 6, which was the Leclerc-Russell moving under braking. Then Tsunoda boxes.
Which will become a theme for this.
Yes. Tsunoda boxes on lap 33. And then Colapinto also gets a black and white flag for track limits. I wrote on lap 34, as it stands, Norris wins because he's still in P3. So he wins if he's on the podium. Next I have is lap 36. Alex Albon noted for speeding in the pit lane and immediately under investigation because that's how that works.
And immediate.
And not immediate, but like a couple of laps later, gets popped with the 5-second penalty. Which, granted, the limit's the limit. Tell me it's like, is it going to be like 0.1?
It is 0.1. 80.1 kilometers an hour.
I mean, it wouldn't have made much difference, man.
Nope, but God, it's. I think Williams does like as good as Williams has been doing this year. Apparently, their pit limiter is the weak point in the system now, which is great progress. But it's been Alex and Carlos. Like I feel like they have had it the most, if not maybe Aston Martin.
Yeah,
for
no,
pit
that
lane
one was
speed.
really bad.
Yeah, so our producers are
Reenacting a scene from The Lion King.
yeah. Yeah,
Brother, sister, help me.
fantastic. There's also a mouse up there, which might be a problem. Not a computer mouse, even though it's a cat tree. So,
Anyways, that being done.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
All right. Lap 39. 5-second penalty for Alex Albon speeding in the pit lane. Is what it is. It's the speed limit. It sucks, but the limit's the limit.
It's safety. Safety's important.
I always hate, seeing Williams get penalized for anything, but it's very much one of those things, just like the regulations for like measurements and stuff like that. The limit's there for a reason. You can't go over it. So, Tel Aviv. And like you said, it's safety. And I will forever be a proponent of, hey, if this makes things safer, do it. Safer? If it makes things safer, do it.
The safety taser. The safety.
I don't have anything until like lap 45 and lap 46. So do you have anything between that?
I just have lap 45, which is probably the same thing, which is Pierre Gasly.
I think lap 46 is my lap 45 for that. Because I put Pierre Gasly with the 5-second penalty for track limits. But before that, on lap 45, I just put another as it stands Norris limits.
Yep.
And then I don't have anything again until lap 56.
But it's 55, so I'm assuming same thing. We're just all off the way trip.
Yeah.
Yep.
Stroll and Sainz noted for so far. And then Albon with a black and white flag for track limits. And then it's determined on the last lap that was noted for moving more than once. So same thing on Yuki's thing of making more than one movement to defend. And then after the race, they issue that 5-second penalty to Stroll. I wrote that dropped him out of the points. I then had to amend that because they also gave a 5-second penalty to Ali Behrman after the fact
For the same reason.
for doing the exact same thing, for moving more than once. So I was like, okay, well, never mind.
Which is weird because the Ollie's penalty is Doc 51, Lance's is 52.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, a weirder time span happened earlier, so meh.
Which Doc 50 being the track limits for Pierre. So I don't know, man.
Listen, we'll never understand the stewards, especially not the ones in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
And that is the race. That is the Abu Dhabi 2025 Grand Prix. Not as dramatic as the 2021 variety, but there's a lot going on.
Enough to keep you paying attention.
Yes.
Like just enough tension for attention.
Yes, exactly. Your race winner, gaining nothing and losing nothing, Max Verstappen, with a 1 hour 26 minutes 7 seconds .469. Hi, producer Ludo. Behind him, gaining one spot, Oscar Piastri. And behind him, losing one spot, but gaining +1 World Drivers' Championship, Lando Norris. Congrats, I guess, you know?
Yeah.
P4 behind him, gaining one spot, Charles Leclerc. Hi, producer Ludo. Might have some input from our
Resident Orange. Papaya.
Resident Orange, yeah. MP5 losing a spot is George Russell. MP6 gaining nothing, losing nothing, Fernando Alonso. Yeah, Alonso is great. Magnifico, one would say. Magic. God, where is he? Have we checked on whatever content creator that did the Fernando Alonso like centered memes, the videos, where it's like in 3D, but it was really low quality 3D.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh
I'll be
my
honest.
god! Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out here in a little bit. But it's like 3D. So I don't remember the exact name of the channel, but like it would always have. It would be in Spanish. It would have Fernando Alonso in it, referred always, and always have him winning the race, and say that he's magic. Anyways, someone out there will know what I'm talking about. After Fernando was P7, Esteban Ocon, having gained 1 spot to finish there. 69 seconds behind Max Verstappen.
Nice.
Behind him, Lewis Hamilton, having gained 8 positions, finishes P8. Nico Hülkenberg behind him, gaining 9 positions to finish P9. And then Lance Stroll gaining 5 positions to finish P10, which, good job. Finished within the points, or within the point. Outside of the top 10, you have losing 4 places, Gabriel Bortoleto. After him, losing a spot in P12, Ollie Behrman. Also losing a spot, finishing P13, Carlos Sainz. Losing 4 places in P14, Yuki Tsunoda. Losing 1 spot, finishing P15, Kimi Antonelli. Gaining a spot in finishing P16, Alex Albon. Losing 8 laps. Losing 8 places and being a lap down in P17, Isaac Ajar. Down 5 places, finishing P18 is Liam Lawson. And Pierre Gasly and Franco Colapinto round out your grid, being exactly where they started. Those also being a lap down, as well as Liam.
Does nothing, gets nothing. P19 to P20.
Does nothing, get nothing. Yeah. Yeah. That's the race results.
That's it.
Your fastest lap. I did not notate what lap this was.
Lap 45.
45. I'll write it down, but not that I necessarily need it, but for posterity's sake.
Yep.
45.
For the when we get in the F1 Hall of Fame for podcasting, they helped our first
totally.
full
There'll
or
still
second season
be
books.
a couple of these where there's nothing written down in my notebook, but you know.
A couple of mine as well, like because somebody spilled Monster Chaotic on it. Stares at producer
what
Luna.
chaos monster that was. Charles Leclerc with a 1 minute 26.725 seconds.
Of note, not even fucking close.
Yeah, not even close. The track record, 125.637, set last year by Kevin Magnussen. A record that will possibly go on
Yeah.
forever.
Who knows?
We don't know how these new cars are going to behave, so that could be a forever record. We'll see. It'll be interesting. Your driver of the day. I voted for Lewis Hamilton because 8 spots and dragging performance out of that fucking Ferrari.
I voted for Yuki Tsunoda just because it's it.
Yeah, no, it's it. It's the last thing. Lewis did not win. Yuki did not win, but Yuki's teammate won. Max Verstappen with 19% of the vote. Behind him, Lando with 16.3, fair. Lewis with 13.4, fair. Charles with 12.2, fair. And Yuki with 11.3, fair. All others receiving 27.8% of the vote. The vote was very, evenly split this week. So, understandable. For your pit stops, your fastest stop was Ferrari. Charles Leclerc's lap 39 stop was a 2 seconds flat. And then your slowest stop was Aston Martin. Fernando Alonso's lap 16 stop, which was a 4.23 seconds. There were 2 slower, which was Red Bull with Yuki's lap 32 stop, 7.97 seconds, but that was for a penalty serve. And then Racing Bull's stop with Lawson on lap 21, 8.73 seconds, also a penalty serve. Yeah, that is the statisticals.
There is World War II going on. It's very distracting. Oh God. Anyway. Yeah, that would be our
That would be producer Luna.
and time for our stars of the race. Reminder, this is just for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. tune in for the next 2 episodes, or at least for one more episode where we'll have probably our season stars. But yeah, I feel like I always go first with stars. So
Yeah, I'll take third. I'll take first.
take first
actually,
for third.
I'll start with my honorable mentions. I am giving honorable mentions to Max, GP, and Hannah. Phenomenal attempt at this race of trying to they got Max in first, and Max got Max in first as well. There wasn't really a strategy that you could pull off other than sending Yuki into the side of Lando, and obviously,
which is a strategy, but
you don't want to out controversy 2021. That would be bad, especially even with someone who's not going to be on the grid next year. No. That's how you get that entire race DSQ'd and you losing anyways. So, honorable mentions to them. But my third star goes to Nico Hulkenberg. 9 places in the Sauber. Wow. I mean, it has become more of an occurrence, though, with Nico just outperforming the fuck out of that Sauber. But yeah, good job to him. Finishes in the points. And I think that even changed his standing a little bit. No, actually, he stayed put, but it was because someone else dropped. That we'll get into next week. I'm not going to go into the full point changes on this one.
My third star is Aston Martin. Yeah, Fernando didn't make anything, but he staying in a good position with an Aston Martin has been a chore this year. So good job for Fernando in this race. I mean, there was some movement. No, Abu's not necessarily the biggest overtaking track. And then Lance gets up 5 spots to get points. Or point. I don't know. Just give a little credit there.
Yeah, no.
Not to overlook Hulk, but kind of the same thing like we talked about with Haas last year a little bit with Nico. It's like, I don't know, I'm kind of used to it now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Aston Martin.
Aston
Their new CEO. Not CEO. Whoops. Whoops. That'll be funny in the mid-season next year.
Right? God, we could only hope.
Soon to be new team principal, Adrian Newey.
My second star, I went with Lewis Hamilton. Putting him as a second star for finishing P8 2 years ago, you would think I was insane. 1 year ago, you'd probably think I was insane. That Ferrari, man, it's cursed.
Trash can.
It is.
Straight to jail.
It's
straight to car jail.
It is so funny because is Charles technically the first driver? Do they even do first and second drivers at Ferrari?
Not with these two, I would say.
I mean, yeah, it's very much
yes, Lewis is
how it goes.
Yes, Lewis is a world champion, 7-time world champion, but Charles also has the experience with the car, so I'm pretty sure.
I'm going to determine anyone that is Charles's partner at Ferrari is the second driver. They have the same thing going as Red Bull. That second seat is cursed. Yeah, Charles, he does good sometimes, does bad other times, and if it's Monaco, well, it's a dice roll. It's a D20. You are getting...
And he rolled a lot of ones.
A lot of ones. But Lewis has just suffered in that this year. And to get 8 spots out of it and finished within the points in Abu Dhabi, very impressive. Very good for him. Good work this year overall for what he had to drive. And hey, guess what, Enzo? Not Enzo, but whoever it is in charge right now, whichever one it is.
I was like, it's definitely not Enzo. Enzo is definitely running Ferrari from the grave. If that's the
exactly.
Case.
I mean, he probably is. Let's be honest.
He's turning in it, probably.
Whichever fucking Ferrari is in charge of things. Guess what? I'm not a fucking driver, so I'm not going to keep my mouth shut. Y'all are ass. I love to support y'all, but y'all are so ass. You are the ass end of the top drivers, and you're about to fall into the fucking midfield. And that sucks because you have so much prestige to live up to, and you're throwing it away because, we have to be the traditional team. Maybe your execs should shut the fuck up and listen to your drivers for once. Carlos Sainz had to do his own... I'm getting into rant mode. Carlos Sainz had to do his own strategy work last year and had to basically ignore his own strategy team because I guess you guys just don't know how to hire strategists. it's awful. Y'all have the worst strategy calls in the fucking sport. Charles has driven the same trash can for like 5 years, 6 years now. The man is depressed beyond repair, and you can't seem to get him close to a championship. You destroyed the career of Sebastian Vettel. You destroyed the career of Fernando Alonso, even though he's still doing okay, but he had a reset. You are in the process of destroying the career of Lewis Hamilton. You guys need a complete rehaul.
Yep.
Like, you need a Williams level rehaul. It is bad. Changing your team principal didn't fully work, but the team principal isn't the problem. Team principal's great right now. I was like, fucking, why can't I think of his name? Freddie Vasseur. Fred's great. He's fantastic. He can listen to the drivers. He knows how to work with them and try to help them along the way. But your top tier people are getting in the fucking way. Let them fucking drive and let them talk to you and tell you what is wrong with the car so you can fix it. It's a Ferrari. You can't say that.
This.
Fuck it. It's a shit box. All right, rant over. Second star, Lewis Hamilton.
Well, to piggyback off that, my second star is Ferrari, but let me, after that rant, clarify the drivers of Ferrari. Because, yeah, I was like, as shit box as it's been, good performance for Lewis. Again, he's been having, his best drives are all recovery drives because it's just how it is this year. But another good one here for 8 spots.
There was that meme.
Charles gains a spot. He was fighting for a little bit there, but I think Charles did everything he could in the car given to help, and he was probably also like, yeah, I don't know if I want to be the reason this gets controversial. So,
Yeah.
But yeah. So the Ferrari drivers get the second star.
No, there was definitely that meme earlier on in the season where it was like Charles starting P6 and Lewis starting minus 700 million, and then Charles finishing P6 and Lewis finishing 7th.
Yeah.
A lot of recovery drives for him.
If there's a total overtake, like total amount of overtakes award, which I think exists, if not officially Reddit,
Probably we'll find it, yeah.
probably our favorite coffee-based reference. So I think we said the name on here before, but might as well.
Yeah.
If you know, you know. If you don't,
Yeah.
go to
Formula
One,
Dank
you'll find
and
it.
look at the person who posts like more than half of the content on there. All right, let's get to it. Number 1 star, McLaren. Specifically, everyone that is not Zach Brown.
Yeah.
Fuck Zach Brown. But McLaren put it together. They got Lando to P3. They didn't have to sacrifice Oscar to do it. Oscar got to P2. Still had his hat in the ring. And still got Oscar up onto the podium too. Got both of their boys on the podium and still got their boy the World Drivers' Championship. So impressive work. I can't be mad at that. Good job.
My number 1 star for the race is very much subjective, and I don't care. It's my boy, Yuki Tsunoda. Just for a farewell. Yeah, he'll be a third/reserve driver, but
Let's be real.
yeah.
Unless Checo or Valtteri underperform and they start looking, Yuki's F1 career is probably over.
So, yep, number 1 star for thanks for everything.
Maybe he can join Mick in Indy.
Yep.
I
There are some
would
rumors.
love that. If he goes to Indy, there's a better chance of you meeting him.
Yeah. And us actually watching Indy.
Right? Exactly. You throw both of them in Indy, and I might actually start watching Indy. And
DSQ becomes an Indy podcast.
I mean, we're already an Indy podcast, but
Yep. An
But,
Indy podcast.
be the F1 and Indy podcast, and then we got to watch 2 races and then report back to both of them in the same, and we're now going to have 4-hour podcasts.
Yep.
God, no.
And then a little bit of Formula E in there as well.
Oh,
We
yeah,
did
no,
watch that.
absolutely. God.
Shout out to another life saved by the Halo, by the way.
Yeah,
in that race.
absolutely. Holy shit.
Victor Martins, I believe. No, Pepe. One of the two.
I don't know.
Either Victor Martins or Pepe
Silva?
Martin? No, something like that. Anyway,
It's not Silva, that's the fucking Always Sunny.
I haven't heard that name in the sport, but sure, I believe you.
No, that's the conspiracy board fucking red string Pepe Silva.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fucking Charlie. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's the first Always Sunny reference I think on this show, and it's really a reference to the meme. But yeah, Yuki, my boy, I'll miss you on the grid. That being said, I get you're sticking around, but maybe don't.
Yeah.
Maybe tell them to go fuck themselves. Go
Yeah.
find something fun.
Yeah.
Hey, Aston Martin might need a new driver mid-season.
Yeah, that's entirely the case. We'll see how that goes. Yeah. Normally this is the point in the show where we would do battles. I think I did this last year as well, but I'm going to refrain from doing battles till the wrap episode, just because it puts it all in one place, and it's the Abu Dhabi episode, not the wrap episode. Even though I'm probably going to go into what I'm excited for in the 2026 season here in a little bit, but
Well, let's say
beside the point.
before we go looking at the future, let's talk about some of the lasts we did see today, because there was quite a bit. The last of DRS. Oscar's happy. He hates that shit.
Everyone behind Fernando Alonso is happy.
Yeah. Not that the active arrow is going to have a similar effect, obviously, but obviously the trains and the detection zones and all that should be a little easier with the X and Y modes, or whatever we're calling it now, on or off. Yuki, maybe the last Yuki race, fortunately there. Last race for the Sauber team as well. Becoming full Audi Revolt. I don't know if it's French or not, but Revolt Audi next year. And then, of course, Renault engines.
R.I.P.
Alpine going over to Mercedes. So that was the last race from a Renault engine in Formula One for now. Probably, I mean, I'd say it's probably going to be a while.
Yeah,
They got a lot of stuff they got to figure out company-wise.
Exactly.
And the ground effect era. All of that is no more. Ish.
And you did mention the last of the DRS. So we determined that we have Jensen, the first person to press the DRS button, and we have Lance, the last person to use DRS to take a stroll.
Yep.
Yeah,
He was also the last person to use DRS to do an overtake as well. So not only just to use it, but to also
he actually used it to overtake.
to get 8 overtakes.
yeah.
So.
Good for you, Lance. Good for you. And hey, that gets him into the top 10. Is the last person to use DRS to overtake 4 points.
Lance
If we
Stroll.
can get it any more specific.
Stroll.
And to that might have actually hold up. Which gained him an extra spot in the championship. All right. Moving beyond that. God, do we want to go into memes? Do we want to go into the little 2026 blurb I have? What do we want to hit first?
I did a 2026 blurb.
Fair enough. I was like, I do already have that one pulled up. So,
Yep.
Next year is going to be exciting, like for everyone. Like I'm vibrating from excitement for this. I very much am ready for this. And in the past, it's very much been Williams looks like they're doing really well, and they decided to abandon the 2025 car for the most part. So they're working primarily on the 2026 car, which, yay. But really, everyone has something going for them. You have McLaren, who have shown they've regained the ability to be champions. You have Mercedes, who have the new regs and 2 solid drivers who could win it all for them if they'll stay clean. You have Red Bull with Laurent, Max, and Isaac, who are out for blood at this point. They have to pull the championships back. You have Ferrari, you have Williams, who looked amazing this year. And I'm sorry, Ferrari. There's only so many. This next year is our years that I can take before I stop putting in hopium. If you win 10 races in a row at the start of the season, I might get my hopium back. But until then, no. You have Williams, who looked amazing this year and finally have a team principal with a solid head on their shoulders since Frank. Even though Frank towards the end was
Claire tried her best, I think.
Claire did try her best, but again, you're working with like decade-old technology by the time that James Fowles gets there. Overhauled everything, has 2 solid drivers that are point scorers, that are podium scorers in a shit box. So Williams, excitement. V-Carb coming in with new blood and hoping that they don't get drafted to Red Bull. Aston Martin, who have Alonso and a seemingly improved Stroll under the guidance of a new team principal, Adrian Newey, who just has a knack for aero, probably will see the car passing on track and go, oh, we need to make this adjustment. You have Haas, who have scored solid points this year and have both young and older blood in the mix. You have Audi with the new regs, 2 decent point scorer drivers that could shake up the midfield. Could have a better Audi instead of Sauber, but could have a better Audi. Alpine, who dropped the Renault engine and are under the guidance of one of the most controversial team principals ever. And Cadillac, an unknown with 2 former high-performing second drivers out to prove themselves. Not necessarily the drivers, but the team itself.
I mean, the drivers too.
Drivers too.
They
prove
both
that they still
lost their
deserve
seats.
a spot in Formula One. Which, I mean, I would argue yes, they do, but there's only so many seats. There's 22 seats right now going into 2026.
That's so few seats.
That's so few seats. But yeah, everyone's got something to be excited for. Sorry, Ferrari.
10 teams have so much to look forward to.
Aren't there 11 teams this year?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, man. It should be fun.
It definitely should be.
Memes.
Memes.
It is all Blake this week.
It is all me. I have so many.
13.
13.
Yes, 13.
We're going to start with Max getting the boys together, giving some pre-race advice to Charles and George. Jesus, why could I not think of George's name? Most distinctive face on the fucking grid. Hey, Yuki's got some C4 in the engine block. Don't overtake him. Just don't pit before Lando. Don't overtake him. He's gonna explode. After that, we have the FIA, and just not caring about Lando overtaking off the track. Sure, whatever, fine. It is what it is. MBS.
A little weird.
Yeah, it's a little weird. I don't.
I think he's just jealous of the hair.
I guess. It's just MBS though. It's just bad decisions throughout the year for the sport, and throughout the past couple of years for the sport. And then talking like he's a race car driver and he knows how it is and everything. He knows shit. But yeah, no, constantly tugging / touching Lando's hair was really weird. Charles, please do something. I know you don't want to be controversial, but please fucking put up a fight. Don't just let him through. Please. The FIA, colloquially known as the Mafia, but yeah, giving a penalty to everyone but Lando. Everyone gets penalties, except Lando. You're fine. Fucking, I don't know, man.
I was like, we can't even pull the British card on this one because Ollie got a penalty.
I mean, yeah, Ollie did get a penalty on that one, which I don't know if I had the other meme in there or not.
He's back up to 10 points, so we could
yeah.
see Kamakali.
Kamakali, shut the
That was
fuck up.
Improv. Yes, and.
Lewis getting rid of the trash. Yeah, no, this car was not great. Just like the last car, which wasn't great. Just like the last car, which wasn't great. Just like the last car, which wasn't great. How many cars until we get to Michael's? Actually, until Kimmy's. Kimmy's was actually decent the one time. The last championship that he fucking won. Anyways. Good old Lord of the Rings memes with Max driving side by side with the McLaren hater. Because, boy, does Oscar have every reason to now. Got one for you, which is just yeah, sure, Lando, whatever. Congrats. See y'all later.
Yep.
We will be back sooner than 3 months because there is testing, there's the preseason
Liveries.
stuff, liveries, predictions, etc. that we've got to work on before
RB's launching like both their cars, just January 5th or something, like super fucking early.
We are going to have basically a month off, and then we have to get right back into it.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah.
But
No,
it's basically just summer break.
yeah.
It's like it's not a
Pretty
full winter
much.
break. It's just
Yeah. Getting rid of some more trash. The Ferrari. God, I feel so bad for Ferrari. I really cheered them on as much as I could this year, but like, I feel really bad for everyone involved with that. Your normal ha 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 has been canceled. In its place, we have holy shit, it was different this time. Which, damn, it was different. We got a little Lance Stroll with being the last driver to make a DRS overtake. I don't know what the fuck that is a Grinch style picture from him.
That has to be Photoshop, right? There's no way he actually made that face.
I mean, it is also Lance and the faces that he fucking makes. I don't know. It could be. You have Lando wanting Formula Dink to know that it was him, which, yeah, there's a lot of people in addition to you and I that weren't entirely Lando fans. And finally, it's not a hate post. It's just nice to see how proud Lando's mom is.
Yes.
I am very happy for that. I'm glad that she got to look very proud for her boy. And yeah, no, I could not imagine how happy she must be feeling about that. Her and his dad both.
Yeah. Which to kind of, and to bring this up, because I want to bring it up, because like, especially last week with the Kimi, like, fucking really, guys, come on.
Yeah.
Like, just none of that stuff's appropriate. And then one thing I pulled up is like, I saw on fucking Twitter was being like, all right, before you go, Lando accomplished all his dreams. Don't get on to him to crying. Yeah, do not get on to Lando for being emotional for winning a World Drivers' Championship.
Yeah, you just took 24 weeks plus. I was like, definitely plus, but like 24 weekends out of your life to drive a car going fucking 300 kilometers an hour for an hour and a half at a time, sometimes more than that per week because sprint races, against 19 other people that are also the best in the league. And you did that over the course of 24 races plus 6 sprint races and were determined to be the best. And you did not know that until the very last race when you scraped by and got third.
Yep.
I don't think there is a single person in that event that would not be emotional. Yeah, how could you be fucking getting onto him about being emotional for that? That's ridiculous.
There's so many other things you can get onto him about. He does a lot of stupid shit.
He said a lot of shit that
as much as we didn't want him to win it, we're going to let him enjoy it.
I'm going to let him enjoy it, and I am glad for him. I'm glad that he won his first World Drivers' Championship. Is awesome of him. It's honestly, it's great that someone finally stopped Max's reign. I did see another one that I didn't save, which was basically just the drivers getting stopped after their 4th World Drivers' Championship from winning their 5th, because Vettel got stopped by Lewis, and then Lewis got stopped by Max, and now Max got stopped by Lando. Which, yeah, no, I mean, excellent work. Maybe next year things will be different. Who knows who it could be? It could fucking be Gabriel Bortoleto next year. It could be Checo Perez. Who knows? It's a whole new era of racing.
Yep. The end of one era and the start of the next. Maybe not the Lando, because fuck you, Zach Brown.
Yeah, no, fuck Zach Brown.
Actually, just let me rephrase this. I want everybody at McLaren to celebrate this World Drivers' Championship besides Zach Brown.
I hope that every person that works for McLaren is able to thoroughly celebrate this and have a wonderful night. I hope that Zach Brown shits himself.
He probably did.
There's a good chance.
All right. Is that it? Is that it for Abu?
I think that's it for Abu. I don't have anything else. My notebook is almost run out. The one that we got, which again, link in the description, the 2025 race planner. I mean, obviously, there's no need for a 2025, but they may release a 2026 race planner. In which case, yes, absolutely. It's been so helpful throughout the season. It's helped keep everything organized. A couple of edits that we would make personally, but you know what? Other than the two or three small things, great notebook.
Yep.
Absolutely fantastic.
Thank you, Tori, for getting the notebooks for us. Yeah. I was like, we sound like we're wrapping up. Obviously, we still got 2 more episodes to go. We'll do a big finale wrap-up where we talk about stuff this year. We're going to go back like we did at the midseason, the start of like how we feel about each driver and team, how that's changed. I was looking at that today. Definitely had some movement, not a whole lot, but...
Oh, yeah. No, definitely movement in that for me as well. Especially one really big one, because I'm pretty sure one of mine is like a major shift.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, and then, of course, what we think is our kind of main thing, not that, I mean, everybody and their mom does predictions, but we like our blind predictions, so that wrap up as well. I guess if we do want to talk about F1 Predict, I would be the one to bring it up because I am the Max Verstappen of the house, our little 3-person league here. Thank you, Carlos Sainz, for last week. Closed the gap. Outscored enough this week to stay ahead and getting flipped off. And so did much better in the official F1 predicts on the F1 website /app than I think we're going to do on the blind predictions.
Oh, yeah, no.
Thank you, Ferrari.
Is a mess. Yeah. Us putting so much stock in Ferrari only to be disappointed, much like the Ferrari drivers.
All right. Well, let's wrap it there. 2 more episodes to go, at least. Again, probably for sure 2. We'll do more than that. Unless some crazy shit happens and we have to do emergency podcast mode, but yeah. Let's go enjoy the end of the season.
Woo! 2026, here we go.
Follow the pod everywhere at DSQ Pod.